right. Well, hello everyone. If you saw the previous video, the attack cats have been deleted to the outdoor world for the next couple of minutes while maybe we do a little bit of yoga together. It's a little practice video for our live class tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thought I'd do a little post gardening in case you've been taking advantage of this lovely sunshine as I have. If you happen to have some yoga props, you could bring those in. If you don't have yoga props, you can use almost anything. I have here a block and a yoga bolster, but you could use a little stack of books and a couch cushion or a couple of folded up blankets, and you won't need these except for a couple of poses. Everything else is totally unnecessary. We're just going to do a couple of lovely stretches and work out a little bit that kind of pulling of the weeds posture, a little bit of tension in the lower back and the hips. So when you're ready, go ahead and come to sit down on your mat with the soles of your feet together. And as you sit with the soles of your feet together, you just want them to be a comfortable distance away from your groin. You could place your hands inside the diamond. You could hold on to your feet. You bring your hands forward. You just start to find a little bit of a fold and take a little bit of a wiggle to get into this, maybe a little side to side. Relax your shoulders a little bit. You can let your chin come towards your chest. This is a place where if you happen to have a prop, you could always place something underneath your forehead. It might feel good. I like to put the block on my feet. Some people do arms on the block. Just find a place where you start to feel some space in your hips and your lower back. And we'll spend a little bit of time here. As you start to get comfortable, take a deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Relax your jaw. You might even wiggle it a little side to side. Relax your shoulders. Allow your belly to soften. Another 3 or 4 breaths here. Don't hesitate to move around and adjust if you need to. And as you're ready, you can start to just gently peel yourself up, walking your hands in towards you. Roll your shoulders back away from your ears. Gather your knees in. Place the soles of the feet about hip distance apart. You can bring your hands lightly behind you. Lift the center of your chest. And just sway your knees a few times side to side like little windshield wipers. And from here, we're going to roll down onto our backs. I'm just going to move my props a little out of the way so they might go out of picture, but they are still in play. And then come to lie down on your back. And of course, as you come to lie down on your back, you might prefer to have your knees in. You might prefer to hug them to your chest. You might prefer to stretch your legs out long. Take a moment to get a little bit comfortable. And then from here, draw your right knee in towards your chest. You can have your left leg tented, or you can have your left leg extended long. And just start to rock that right knee a little side to side, or maybe draw some circles. Turn the sole of the right foot up towards the sky. You can hold the thigh, the calf, the ankle, or the foot itself as you gently draw the right knee towards the right armpit for your half happy baby. Just move around a little here. You can move your foot in and out. Experiment with straightening and bending the leg, just kind of getting into the hip socket, loosening up any tension from squatting or kneeling that you might have done in your gardening. And then you're just going to hug that right knee back into the chest. Slide the sole of the left foot in if you took it out. Cross the right ankle over the top of the left knee and draw the left knee towards you. And bring the hands behind the thigh. If you have a strap, this is a place where you could use the strap over the thigh. And you might again move a little bit. Might feel nice. You can flex and point your toes. For some of us, especially after we've been squatting for long periods of time, just drawing the knee into the chest might be too much, so you might even just leave the sole of your foot on the floor. You can move a little from side to side here too. When you're ready, you're going to hug that right knee back into the chest and release the foot to the floor. You can take the leg long or leave the foot tented. Hug the left knee to the chest, a little rock. A little bit of circling. And then you can turn the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling for that half happy baby. You can see I had to draw my right knee in because it was just a little too much for my hips at this point. I've been doing lots of work today holding me up. And again, you can move a little in and out. You can straighten the leg here. You just want to feel your hip joints starting to melt a little bit. Go ahead and bring that knee back in. You can cross the left ankle over the top of the right knee. You could stay here. You could draw the knee into the chest. And again, maybe a little bit of movement feels nice, flexing, pointing, rolling around. And this gentle rock from side to side, just like a little massage for your sacrum. Go ahead and release. If you lifted that foot up, uncross. Stretch both of your legs out long to the end of your mat. Reach your arms up over your head. And then just think about reaching a little bit more. My hands might disappear from view here because the camera angle. I have to have it a little bit more upright so that I can actually be within the house while filming myself. But you want to reach through your right foot and through your right hand and really relax your left side. You feel a lot of length on the right side. And then you can release the right side and reach through the left fingertips, reach through the left toes, relax the right side a little. It's like a tiny banana. And then let that go. Draw the soles of your feet back in, hug your knees, one and then the other in towards your chest. You could give yourself a little rock from side to side, or you could give yourself a little rock and a little roll. Either way, a few rocks side to side, a few rocks forward and back, and you'll come back to your seated position. Here you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you and then draw the sole of your right foot in. You could have the sole of your right foot inside, outside of the leg. You can keep your bottom leg extended or you can fold it in for that full Ardha Matsyendrasana if that feels good. Reach both of your arms up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, twist over to your right. You can wrap your arm around your leg. You can take your arm to the outside. And just spend a moment here, and this really isn't about anything other than feeling really a nice release in your hips, your back, your shoulders. You can look wherever it feels nice with your neck. As you inhale, come back to the center line. And as you exhale, twist over a little bit towards your left. You can place your fingertips on the floor. It's another place where you could use a block if the floor feels far away. And just lean a little bit away. It's okay if your right buttock lifts up a little bit. Some people even place their hands. I've seen forearms on the floor here. If that feels good, you can go all the way over. And then come back to the center line. Release your legs. You might give them a little shake in between. And draw your left foot in. Foot inside. Foot could step around to the outside. You could bring the bottom foot in if you like, and then reach both of your arms up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you twist. And it doesn't matter if you like to hug the knee, take the arm to the outside, you find what feels really good. Just a yummy, stretchy feeling. Take a nice deep breath in here. Reach up a little bit through the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, again, just let go, relax the shoulders, the jaw, even the belly can let go a bit here. As you inhale, come back to the center. And as you exhale, you're going to go a little bit over to your right, fingertips to the floor, to a block, hands or forearms as you lean a little down and over, like a little funky side bend counter twist, just really opening up the tissue on the left side now. And coming back to the center line. Unwind your legs and give them that little wiggle and that little shake, and sit in whatever way feels comfortable to you. Doesn't matter, it could be cross-legged. Feel free to sit up onto any of your props. We'll go a little bit into the shoulders for just a moment here. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Right arm comes on top of the left arm, and you could pull the arm across the body using the other arm as a little holder, or you could do backs or fronts of hands together, full eagle arm. Inhale here. And as you exhale, really start to relax your elbows. You can tuck your chin a little towards your chest. Just starting to stretch that space between your shoulder blades. Feel free to create even a little bit of roundness in your spine if that feels good. Bringing the elbows towards the belly, you could lean a little bit forward. Inhale, you can go ahead and uncross the arms. You roll the shoulders a couple of times backwards. And then reach the arms in front. You're going to cross the left arm on top. You could pull again the arm across. Backs or fronts of hands together. Soften the elbows as you exhale. And maybe there's a little nod. Maybe there's a little fold. You can kind of see what feels like a good stretch for that space between your shoulders. Back of your neck. Just remember to breathe. And inhale, you just open everything up. And you could circle your shoulders a few times, again backwards, forwards, moving around a little bit. And then reach your arms behind you. I'm going to turn around so you can see what my hands are doing. What you want to do is either interlace your fingers or grab a wrist or hold the opposite elbow crease, and you can see what feels like a stretch at the fronts of your shoulders. And if you have interlaced or held on and you are able to, you're going to start to lift your hands away from your tailbone, coming up and out. So you start to stretch the heads of your shoulders. And you can relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that posture straight and tall, reaching the arms up, so we're kind of isolating the shoulders here, just really stretching them out. A couple more breaths here. Stay in one place, only if that feels right. You can always adjust a little bit. And when you're ready, go ahead and release the hands. Again, you might want to roll your shoulders a little bit. You can place your hands on top of your shoulders and do a little drawing with your elbows. And from here, we're just going to lie down and do a couple more things on the floor. Here's where you'd want to have a prop, and you could use here a block or a stack of books or a cushion. I like to use the cushion because my tailbone tends to be a little bit tender and I like to have a little more support. You might like something a little firmer, so you can experiment. If you're using a cushion, you can place it underneath your knees and then draw it underneath your tail like we do coming into that supported bridge pose, or you can place the prop beside you and tuck it underneath. You're going to lie yourself all the way down, slide that prop in and underneath your hips, and then lower your hips down to the mat. You can stretch your arms up overhead if you like, and keep them down by the sides. See what feels nice. Once you have the props firmly and securely underneath your hips, you'll just stretch your right leg down to the bottom of the mat and relax your right foot. So you just feel that whole nice elongation in your torso. And just breathe deeply here. The less you do, the better. When you're ready, slide the sole of that right foot in. You extend the left leg, and of course if extending the legs doesn't feel right, you can always keep the knees tented with the prop underneath your hips. It's a very slight inversion, so it is beneficial for restoring some lymph flow. And it's also just a nice way to adjust the body. We spend most of our time with our hips below our shoulders. Why not change that perspective? Hips above the shoulders every so often. And then here you could decide to go into full psoas release, extending both of your legs down to the end of the mat. Or you could bring the soles of both of your feet in, go into that supported bridge pose, or you could take the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, a little supported shoulder stand. If you've been standing a lot or doing a lot of walking around, that might feel really nice. Maybe you even roll your ankles a couple of times, or flex and point your toes. Arms where they feel good to you. Few deep breaths here. When you're ready, you're going to release from whatever you're doing. Move your prop, whatever it is, out to the side. Lower your hips down to the floor. Hug your knees again, one, and then the other in towards your chest. Turn the soles of both of your feet now out for your full happy baby. You can pull, of course, the feet, the calves, the ankles, the thighs, doesn't matter, and just move a little bit. Move my props out of the way here. Side. Again, you can play with extending, bending. From here, you can come into just a very brief Shavasana. You are welcome to lie on the floor. Or if it feels more comfortable, you can guide yourself up and come to a meditation seat for the next couple of moments. Wherever you decide to come, as you arrive there, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. And feel your body relax. Feel the space around your eyes grow soft. Allow the tongue to rest at the roof of your mouth. Relax the tops of the shoulders and the center of the chest. Soften the belly and the hips. Allow your arms and your legs to release pleasantly. If you have the time, you are encouraged to stay right as you are and relax for 5 or 10 minutes if you can take that out of your day, or you can come back and join me, making your way to a comfortable seated position. As you arrive there, bring your hands in front of your heart. Press the palms of your hands firmly together. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. We'll close with that deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this practice. Let me know what you thought. And as I said, I will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's Sunday, March 22nd. Hopefully I will get to virtually see some of you there. If you are not able to watch live, no worries. The posts will all go up onto my website at some point afterwards, depending on the strength of my internet. Downloads can take a little bit of time, so be patient, but they should arrive on the same day as the Facebook classes. I hope to see you soon virtually and hopefully soon-ish in person. Have a wonderful afternoon.